Hey, hello guys, what's up? Welcome back. Um, in this occasion, we are going to talk a little bit about the Matrix, about the reincarnation, and the hope and possibility of transcending afterlife.
This is the construct. It's our loading program. We can load anything from clothing to equipment, weapons, training simulations, anything we need.
Right now, we're inside a computer program?
Is it really so hard to believe? Your clothes are different, the plugs in your arms and head are gone. Your hair has changed. Your appearance now is what we call residual self-image. It is the mental projection of your digital self.
This isn't real.
What is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what you can feel, what you can smell, what you can taste and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain.
I have personally, I have many ideas about this topic. I think, I don't know, that both things might exist, reincarnation, but also transcending afterlife to a better reality or fourth dimension, fifth dimension. The higher the dimension be, the more positive and spiritual it is. So we are going to read a posting of a guy that seems to know too much about this topic, or at least he seems to have researched a lot of information about this topic. His username is gringoswag20. Interdimensional reptilians, the end of the age, the chance of liberation, and the great reset. Again. Hello, my friends. I hope you all have been doing well in this hell world. Recently, I have noticed that there seems to be barely anyone on the internet. Wow. I read this sentence before I start typing, and for me it was like I read it differently. Like it was something like I have noticed there seems to be, I understand something like trash content on the internet or low quality, like but I didn't read this. He says, I have noticed that there seems to be barely anyone on the internet compared to what it was like a few years ago. The internet truly feels dead. I thought I will make a post like this since I haven't seen one in a while. Well, this is interesting. And we really appreciate it. GringoSWAT20 of Reddit, a Reddit user. Subject: Interdimensional reptilian beings. By now, I believe most of us realize that for millennia, our species has been enslaved by interdimensional reptilian beings. These parasitic beings seems to exist in the four-dimensional astral realm. Not only do these beings control our world, but they control their puppet elites, who more likely than not share their bloodline and allow them to easily channel into them. Oh my god, my hair. Sorry, I didn't realize. All right. As one can easily see in today's world, these beings rely on and feed off our production of negative energy and emotions. He's right. I got a feeling he's totally right. They feed off of our negative energy and bad vibes or bad emotions. I want to remark this. Everyone from African tribes to Native Americans to ancient civilizations to the CIA to the Monroe Institute to regular people who have done psychedelics all mention these archontic beings who have enslaved and controlled humanity. These beings have confused and wiped our memory multiple times, to the point that now where many of us today don't even know who, what, and where we are. This is all done on purpose, So we might never wake up to our truth. And so we will always perceive ourselves to be something that we are not. This is all done on purpose, so we might never wake up to our truth. And so we will always perceive ourselves to be something that we are not. We will always limit ourselves to the perception of a singular ego. This is done because one cannot enslave a being into endless reincarnation. This is done because one cannot enslave a being into endless reincarnation. They can only enslave your perception of yourself. Wow. Wow, wow. I repeat again. This is done because one cannot enslave a being into endless reincarnation. They can only enslave your perception of yourself. Second subject, the end of an age. Sorry if my eye looks red. I don't know. Something is getting into my freaking eye. But I will continue, guys. Fortunately, this millennia of slavery seems to be coming to its end for some. 18, the disciples say to Jesus, "Tell us how will our end come?" Jesus said, "Have you found the beginning? Then have you found the beginning? Then that you are looking for the end? You see, the end will be where the beginning is. Congratulations to the one who stands at the beginning. That one will know the end and will not taste death." We do live in a holographic simulation, and from everything, it seems that time is a loop. Wow. From our current point of view, it seems like our society is rapidly degenerating and becoming more stupid, divided, violent, etc. We seem to be on the cusp of the third global war. There is global food instability and a climate that is quickly deteriorating. All politicians and institutions seem to be priming the mass populations for civil unrest and conflicts, combined with a larger number of underground bunkers, cities and structures being created and stocked underground. It seems pretty obvious that the elite knows that we are going to undergo a certain event. It seems pretty obvious that the elite are trying to depopulate us because of some massive event that will be the catalyst for the creation of the new world. This event might be simply a cyclical event, or it could be a force one, as it seems that we are waking up too much for this false matrix. I do believe that, I would say, between a 60 and an 80% of the population, we are waking up, but secretly. Like, we don't want to talk like openly about these topics with our our friends, or like close circle, or people. Either way, I'm gonna continue. The same things will continue for as long as there are souls to be trapped and fed in this false matrix. This could be truth also. We need to help them. We seriously, that's why I'm making this content too, because I want to spread this kind of knowledge as much as I can, because there are souls being reincarnated. People that don't wake up, they don't understand, I don't know. They think that maybe God is gonna come. Guys, some of you might be thinking that God is desperate for saving you, but honestly, I don't think so. I mean, he might at certain point, but you need to work on yourselves too. You need to put of your part, of your own, I don't know, for some kind of reason. I think some people, and I have realized, for example, in the Latin culture, they find being a good person like as being weak, they find being a kind person or benevolent or like positive person as being weak. For some kind of reason, they relate it with being weak, or with being like I don't know, dumb, or like, oh, God, he ain't gonna save you anyways, or as an hypocrite. And I don't think so. I mean, it's not like that. And they also, some of these people, they think that God is gonna come to beg them to, like, or they are going to be saved just because God is benevolent. They are going to, after death, apologize with God, and that God will automatically forgive them, forgive all the bad, evil things they did in this world. I don't think so, guys. I have news for you. Probably what happened with this kind of bad, evil people, that they think they have for granted heaven just because God is benevolent and just because God forgives everything your sins, to a certain point only. I think that what happened or is going to happen to you guys that don't regret, or that don't look for feeding your spirit, like a spiritual feeding, for your soul, that are not preparing yourselves for what comes after life. I think those are the people, that reincarnate in this world, and you will be coming and reborning over and over again till your soul be like clean up or cleaner to a certain point, till you come back and learn the lesson, and learn how to relate in a good way with the other. I continue with this guy version of the Matrix and the holographic world. It seems pretty obvious that the elite are trying to depopulate us because some massive event that will be the catalyst for the creation of a new world. This event might be simply a cyclical event, or it could be a force one, and it seems that we are waking up too much for this false matrix. As it seems that we are waking up too much for this false matrix. The same things will and will continue for as long as there are souls to be trapped and feed this false matrix. And I think you can see who will help run them again. Yes, I'm talking about these puppet elites who seems to have sold their soul to stay in this false matrix forever. The Great Reset again. I honestly don't think I can know anything for sure, but I truly believe we might be inside something like a black hole. Wow, this is so interesting. Okay. Wow, but I truly believe we might be inside something like a black hole. It seems like a holographic projection from Saturn is creating a false matrix that is imprinted on the divine Mother Earth. These are archontic forces that rule and have ruled humanity, have made it their purpose to create a world against the divine feminine spirit of Mother Earth. Many cultures describe the air as being the heart, and you can see now that this is a battle to enslave and ultimately extinguish the human spirit, the heart. UN 2030 and Agenda 21 seems to be blatant omissions that our future will look like a communist technocracy. Yeah, like I was saying, for example, once I went to the psychiatric, right? Because I have postpartum depression, kind of. I never experienced this with my first, daughter. I never experienced postpartum depression before, but I think in this second occasion, I did experience it because I was just recovering from COVID aftermath, because I had COVID on the 3rd month of my pregnancy. And also I think I was starting presenting the Asia syndrome, which is caused because the breast implants in the body. So it all collapsed in my body, it all collapsed. I think it was just too much for my body, and mind, of course. So I went to the psychiatric anyways, and when I was on the waiting room, there was a patient already there waiting for she to be called. No, I think I got there first, and she arrived after. She got there just after me. I was the first to get into the consult with the psychiatric, right? So since I got the place, I felt a very low vibe, in his consultory. I just felt like a very heavy vibe, like a low vibration frequency in this place. And it increased when I saw this woman, the patient that got there just after me. I just felt her energy very low, very bad. She looked upset, she looked bad, and it wasn't good. It wasn't a good feeling. I think I even regret going there. Either way, he gave me the quiz. I feel it being completely honest, because when they give you quizzes, you need to be honest with your answers so they can give you a good diagnosis. Yes, so either way, this is my theory on how we can perceive low vibes and, bad emotions, and is the way I can clearly express, more, is the way I can express more clearly how you perceive the bad vibes of a place, for example, or of a haunted place also, where people die, like being tortured, in a haunted house, or or in places, for example, in Mexico, where people die being tortured, or where people, are kept there. Or for example, I have also here that these low vibes are very concentrated in haunted ex psychiatric hospitals, haunted, like places that used to be as psychiatric places, that now are abandoned. This kind of places accumulate these bad vibes, but also we also do it. So guys, believe me, if I give you this knowledge and if I share this information with you, it's not because I feel like I'm a savior. I don't want to be your angel. I don't consider myself a savior, but it's also for the well-being of everybody, for my own well-being, because I don't like perceiving these bad vibes, these bad emotions. I will give you another example. Last year, when was the Canelo fighting against the British boxer named Ryder. I don't remember her name, but I just remember his last name. His last name was Ryder. Ryder. Um, the same day it was this fight. When this boxer fights, it's a huge event in Mexico. Like everybody watched the fight, or most of the people. The same day this happened, it was the coronation of the King Charles, this king of Great Britain, there in London. It was his coronation. And there was also, well, lately, in the Mexican border with the United States, in this border with United States, there's been immigrants since like 2017, that they start arriving to this border, because before it was occasional that Mexicans, for example, they were the only that used to cross, but not massively, like not in huge groups like these people from South America are getting in Mexico in order to get to United States. So either way, I was when this happened, these events on the TV, I was staying in a hostel because a friend of mine invited me to Juarez, visiting her. She was one of my, she's one of my best friends. And I stayed in this place, which is like an Airbnb, but very close to the border. Like it was, just like a few meters from the bridge, the peatonal bridge between Juarez and El Paso. So I was pretty close of the people that, these South Americans. I was pretty close of these South Americans that were in the border in these days, right? That were being, violented, because by the way, they are constantly being threatened, they are constantly being violented, pushed, mistreated. They spray them, how would you call it, with gas, attack with these kind of gases for they to step back. So I don't know where I was watching. Oh yeah, after I saw the fight of the Canelo, which he wins, I went to the rooftop, like I went to the common area of this place, this Airbnb, and I think this night there was nobody in the common area. I was just me on my own, watching TV and everything. And I don't know why, out of the nowhere, out of the nothing, I start feeling very upset. I start feeling very like hopeless. I start feeling like very, I don't know, like unconsciously. I was thinking, what a coincidence that many important events are happening just the same day. Because like I said, it was the fight of these two important boxers, which were very relevant in my country, and also the coronation of the King Charles. And there was also another event, which I don't remember right now. I don't remember which was the other event, but it was something like about the politics in the United States. So out of the nowhere, I felt a tremendous sadness. I don't know how to explain it. I cannot explain it. I think it was because at some point I turned on the TV and I watched the local news of, Ciudad Juarez news, and I saw how they were treating these people, how they were treating these South American immigrants, and I felt very very bad. I felt, obviously, like, you're human, you have feelings, you suffer if you see people suffering, right? Obviously, like, I mean, in a normal human being, that it happens, but I didn't watch them for too long. I just watched a little bit, and it's like if I were feeling their vibes, the vibes of the people that was in the border at that night or at that evening, or so I don't know. I do get the feeling, I do get the intuition that we can feel other people suffering on distance, or their vibes, especially if you watch the news every once in a while, and if you are very close of the area where this is happening, you can feel it, you know so I strongly recommend you to don't watch this kind of news, and also I strongly recommend you to follow the advices that this guy is giving us. Okay, so please give your thumbs up, leave your thumbs up, share it with your friends, or in your social networks, wherever you want to share it, and you can drop a comment if you feel identified with this, with my experience, and what do you think about this guy uh, posting. I would love to read your thoughts about this guy theory of the matrix and this holographic world. Okay, so see you the next time.